All right. Good morning. Virtual home instruction day 10. End of the second week. It's crazy. It's flying by. It's like each day is kind of slow, but also really fast. So it's a little strange. But anyway, we are at the end of the second week. We can see the light at the end of the tunnel. We have one more week of virtual home instruction, and then we get I'm sure, a much needed break for our scheduled spring break. So this activity we're doing today is the start of what we're going to do next week. Before we do anything else, you see I have my Thompson gear on Fridays. June's very excited for Spirit Day as well, right, June? Any thoughts? No, she's tired. Anyway, go on to Classroom. I'm posting a separate announcement, and there is going to be a 6th grade wide flip grid where you can show off your Thompson gear, say hi to everyone. So you're going to make a flip grid for just wearing your Thompson gear if you want to. The link is on Google Classroom. So go ahead and check that out and submit your flip grids showing off your awesome Thompson wear. It worked out for us last week because we happened to be doing a flip grid. And I was able to see some awesome Thompson wear last Friday, but this time we're not doing a flip grid on Friday. So make sure you're going off and showing off your Thompson gear on the 6th grade wide Google Classroom. And I'm going to post a separate link on period 1. So check your period 1 teachers, your homeroom teachers. So I'm announcing it, but go check your homeroom teachers for that flip grid. All right, to today's assignment. I'm putting this in Edpuzzle because I have some important announcements that I want to make sure you're listening to and watching the whole video through. So you do have to complete the Edpuzzle today, which is just this instruction video and this Are We Rome slideshow. Now, this is the beginning of the fall of Rome, and that's what we're focusing on at the end of our Rome unit. We just took the test, but the fall of Rome is something separate. As we saw yesterday with the Edpuzzle, there were some truly awful emperors, and they actually got worse. We don't have time to watch all of those videos on all those emperors, but if you wanted to go see it and hear about those emperors, you could go finish that Engineering an Empire Rome video that I posted way back before we left. Then you can continue watching. That's where I took that video from yesterday on Edpuzzle. So if you want to see the emperors continue to get worse and some other interesting emperors, feel free to go watch the rest of that video. It's posted. The link is posted on the Engineering an Empire Rome assignment from way back in Google Classroom. Anyway, today, Are We Rome? So this is just a little comparison of comparing the United States to ancient Rome and the ancient Roman Empire. This is an interview that Mr. McManus took and put into a slideshow format. And he did a really awesome job because he found a picture of the host and a picture of the author. This author, Robert Harris, wrote a book probably about 10 years ago now, and it's called Imperium, and it's all about comparing Rome to the United States. And this guy, Steve Inskeep, who is a NPR host, interviewed him, and I took part of that interview and made an assignment out of it, and Mr. McManus took it and put it onto this slideshow to make it awesome, and you could actually see their faces, and he makes funny faces on there, and he did a really cool job. So what you have to do is go through and read the slideshow. It's a little long for the slideshow because he put it in and made so many cool pictures and like made it pretty realistic. So it is like it's like 17 slides, but it's not that bad. It's an interview, so it's a quick read. At the end of it, you're going to come back to this third slide and just write down 5 important ideas I'd like to remember. All right. So that's the third slide to show you what the activity is, but you're going to come back to this on the after you're done with all of the slides. Again, on the following slides is an interview from the radio station NPR, National Public Radio, that we will discuss in a flip grid next week. As you read, try to discover how Rome and the United States are alike, underlining important info and recording 5 important ideas, and that's what you're going to do on the next slide. So you underline the slides, and then pick out 5 important things you'd like to remember. All right, this is really important because this is the beginning of our study of the fall of Rome. Next week, we're going to be looking all at the fall of Rome. We're going to be looking at some documents from the fall of Rome. But before you close your laptop and start to ignore me and start to say, oh no, Mr. Jokas, not another DBQ, we are going to be looking at some documents, but we're going to be doing something really cool with it. And it's something that I wish we were really in school for, but we're going to try to recreate it as best we can. If we were in school, we would have had a big toga party and brought in a bunch of snacks and celebrated the fall of Rome. We're still going to do that. We're just going to do it over Flipgrid. So next week, you're going to use this slideshow, this information, and the information we're going to learn about next week on the documents, and we're going to make a Roman obituary for the fall of Rome. So we're going to celebrate Rome in an obituary, and I will explain it more next week. But an obituary is a write-up in a newspaper or something like that, telling people about a person's accomplishments and their life after they die. Spoiler alert, Rome falls and essentially dies. So we're going to be having a funeral for the fall of Rome. We're going to be having a funeral for Rome, and we're going to do that by reading the obituaries in a Flipgrid and dressing up in togas to have our little toga party virtually from home next Friday. So I'm telling you all that to give you kind of a feel for what we're doing over the next week or so. And this is the start of it, the Are We Rome interview with Steve Inskeep and author Robert Harris. So I hope you enjoy this. Go ahead and read this. Complete the Ed puzzle just to watch my instructions and this video, and then complete this and turn in the slideshow so I can see the 5 important ideas that you'd like to remember so I know that you read the article. All right. Looking forward to seeing your Thompson gear on the Flipgrid. Go check home teacher code for that 6th grade Flipgrid. Have a great day. Happy Friday, and enjoy the weekend.